filled with John Guerin, Steve Armitage, Ron McLean, Don Cherry, and a Hockey Night in Canada doubleheader for you tonight, this game. And when this one is over, the other 7th game, which is down in Los Angeles, the Kings and the Oilers, on the full CBC network. You love hockey? You got it made tonight. 5:38. Gone in the second period. 2-2 the score. The surprising Vancouver Canucks. Sandlak tipped one to center. Bridgman hooked it away neatly. Bozak going in. And the low shot stopped by Vernon. He was standing up all the way, and the play is called now with the Calgary player on the puck on the far side.
Good save by Mike Vernon, even though Bozak didn't get a lot on the shot. Al Bridgman has been a welcome addition to the Vancouver Canucks. Played in Switzerland, was signed before the season started. They knew they'd get him. One hand pass to Bozak. McGinnis has played well on defense tonight. A couple of times one-on-one with forwards. McGinnis just watched the man, took him to the corner.
Vernon very steady on that rush by Vancouver. That was a good low shot, and it came very quickly. Newendijk and Roberts wanted to come on, but the final shift has been made, and Terry Crisp insists he has one more, but the boss of the situation, McCreary, the referee, says no more. But you got. They line up to the right of Vernon for this faceoff. Fleury against Bozak. Reinhardt shot. Nice glove save by Vernon. That one was heading for the far corner. Vernon made a good glove save. Bridgman keeping it in. The Canucks pressing back of the net. Bozak centered it right in front of Bridgman, and he couldn't quite get a shot. Fleury stick-handles out of the zone and goes in. Fleury winds up, doesn't shoot it, keeps going. He tried to center it dead. The net is off the magnets. That will stop the play for a face-off in the Vancouver zone. Fleury, John, is exciting, but he doesn't elect to pass that puck off very often. He keeps going.
He's still very young. Here he had Tim Hunter wide open on the other side. Hunter has to stop. Now everybody has to stop. Fleury goes as far as he can and then throws it out in front. By this time, all the Flames are covered. The Canucks are back in good position. Bob. Terry Crisp wanted to change. That's why he wanted to change. He didn't want Fleury taking that face-off. Fleury lost it clean, and the Canucks had a good shot from the point.
Theron Fleury, an exciting hockey player, coming in here to give the Vancouver Canucks a few fits with his rushes. He loves to go in to win, and he can do it. So that's great. Great for Calgary, but so far the score is tied at 2. 13:36 left in the second period. We were told that this series would be over a long time ago. It's very much alive here at the Olympic Saddledome tonight. Nordmark has the puck around his own net. Flipped the pass on the boards. It gets out. Tandy didn't see it in time. And Nordmark comes back. Danny McDonald watching him from in front of the net. McDonald tried to hit his man before he passed it and missed him. Linden carries on. Trevor Linden up over the line. Played it back deeply. Nordmark. Big shot, block, the rebound. But the play had been called. Vernon had made the stop. It came loose, but the whistle was gone.
Robert Nordmark has 2 goals already in this series, set up perfectly. 3 goals in this series, 5 points. The defense has really come through for the Canucks, set up by Trevor Linden. Linden gets so much respect, it's unbelievable. The defense back in every time he carries the puck.
Face-off will be up in the Calgary zone to the left of Vernon. That's Jim Benning on the bench. Slight nick over the left eye. Poplinski dances out of the zone to center. McDonald is going up there with it. Lanny McDonald trying to go in. But it's played to Linden. Trevor Linden gets out of the zone with Tandy. Tandy flipped it in there. And Vernon saw Linden coming in a hurry, so he left the net. Popinski backing up. Goes around the net to McDonald in the corner, and along the boards he got it out. McDonald and Otto move it up, and Tandy stopped it. Butcher picks it up. Fired it to Tandy at center. Tandy shoots it in. Linden was nailed at center by Otto. Here's McGinnis. Trying to pass it through. It goes in around the net. And Lou was the first one in. Butcher is there with him. And the play is called on the offside. They'll bring it all the way back.
When it's right for friends to play, there's a place to cook the day away. Fire it up, get ready, try something new. We're talking King of the Grill for to barbecue. It's the Silver Bullet, the right beer now, the right time, the right beer. Coors Light, it's right here.
Catch the light, bright taste, Coors Light.
Hold on to the Silver Bullet, it's the right beer now.
Flames get to the playoffs every year, but can't seem to win the big ones. Only the 1 year they went to the finals and lost to the Canadiens. They upset the Oilers when they're the favorites. They really have trouble.
They're the favorites in this one, and they do have trouble. They're tied 2-2 with the Vancouver Canucks coming up to the 8-minute mark of the second period. Bradley tipped it to the line. The style of the Canucks continues. Play it safe if you can and hope it's close. And get a break if you can. Well, it's 2-2 at this moment. Lube coming in, dumped it off behind the net. McLean comes out to help it along to Sutter. Sutter got away from Roberts that time and played it up to center ice. Rico wasn't there in time. Nieuwendyk trying to go in. It's broken up. Rico reaching for it. Canucks fire it to center, and Roberts will wait. Nieuwendyk is back on side. He shoots it in. Lickster going around the net. Lickster and Jim Benning, the defenseman, and it's Benning who played it out, but right onto a Flames stick. Memphis got it right back in. Sutter's pass onto the skate of Rico. He's in though. Now he's tied up by Memphis, and Mullen turns. Out with Gilmore. Gilmore coming in with Mullen. Gilmore tried to go in himself, and it was knocked away by the goaltender. Smeal through center to Rico. Puts a high one in for Vernon as the Canucks make changes. Intercepted by Reinhart. Could get a shot. Patterson feeds it ahead. Mullen and Gilmore bring it in. Back to Mullen. Shoots. And he just missed with a low shot. Canucks Reinhart sees Smith. He's in with a drive. Hit the goal post. Smith got one fly from the blue line and got by Vernon and hit the post. Canucks nearly on top with that shot. Still tied at 2. 10:30 left to play in the second period. 7th game of the series. So she's up for grabs tonight. And down in Los Angeles, we'll be joining them for their game right after this one. The Oilers and the Kings in their 7th game. What a night on CBC television. Bozak comes in. Dropped it ahead. It's dropped back now. Good play by the Canucks. They get it in front, but everybody covered. Kept in for Sandlin. McCowan took it from him. Then he lost it. Fleury gets it up to McClellan. Flipped in on the right side. Tim Hunter goes in. Lickster on top of him. Hunter fell. Got back up. McClellan is there to help him. But it's Nordmark who takes it away. He went a little too high with it. Tried to put it off the glass to get it out. And it's over the glass into the crowd.
drives you absolutely crazy. Comes at you like a knuckleball. Rolling puck goes through Vernon's legs. Got a little piece of it hit the post and stayed out.
That was close. Nieuwendyk and Roberts have scored for the Calgary Flames. Nordmark and Linden. Linden's goal here in the second period. Tying it. Lane covering on a shot from an angle. Popinski fighting for it on the boards. Gets it to McDonald. He put it in around the net. Adams is coming back for Vancouver. He was slow in making his move, but he does get it out to center ice. And McGinnis fires it back in. The Flames stopped it. Garth Butcher. He has Otto in front. Pass goes to the corner. Up along the boards to center ice. And again, McGinnis was there. But he missed McDonald with the pass. Linden backs up in his own zone. Played it in front of the net. Butcher gets it out to Tandy. He shoots it ahead, and Adams couldn't see the pass. Linden got away from a hit. It was coming from McGinnis. Long pass to McDonald, just missed it. Down the ice it goes, and Linden against Roberts gets it out. Skriko is turning. Good move by Skriko, moving it in. Across the line, here's Sutter, and his shot missed on the short side. Otto turning. Roberts coming up with him. Roberts takes the pass, and going in is Lube. Otto trailing the play, lost it. 3 Canucks on this rush at Sutter. The count after Sutter. He dropped it back in the count, made a great effort. But here's Sutter again. Around the net, Rich Sutter tried to jam it in. Sutter kept it in there. Skriko! Right in! Oh, and he did everything but put it in the empty net. He waited and waited, and then there were 4 Flames in behind Vernon. And then there was no room. Skriko made some great moves on that last shift. Nearly got a goal. Trying it again. Smith shoots a high shot. Didn't miss by much. Here's a chance for Mullen. And right at the netminder, McLean, who was out smartly to cut the angle. And he just held it. Well, it's 2-2 and lots of scoring opportunities. And I'm sure there will be more scoring opportunities later tonight when the 7th game gets underway at the Fabulous Forum in Los Angeles. And we'll be showing you that. Don't forget, the Adams Series opens Monday at the Montreal Forum. The Boston Bruins will be in town, and we'll have that for you. Now watch this for a chance.
Great stand-up goaltending. Watch Vernon. Stays on his feet, follows Skriko all the way across, and then made the save. Didn't commit himself. Great patience. Good stand-up goaltending.
McCrimmon was back there in the crease. And a teammate along with him. But you're right, John. Vernon just stood up and skated all the way with Skriko. Canucks seem to be coming on here. But wait a minute. Mullen gets a chance. Shoots it right on, and McLean stopped that. At the blue line, McGinnis a shot. Oh, it just rolled by the open side. Here's the shot by Merson. Right in front of the net again. Now the Flames are pressing. But they get it out. The defenseman Butcher on the rush. Tried to shoot it in by McGinnis. It hit McGinnis. Adams after it, but Mullen was there first. Headed ahead to Patterson from center ice, and he lobs it in. 6:45 remaining in the second period. Chances at both ends, but they're still tied 2-2. That pass too far for Sandlak. Good lead pass, but he wasn't moving. McClellan with Fleury. And that goes back inside the Calgary line. McCrimmon put it on the boards for Tim Hunter. He is stopped. And the play is called offside at the Vancouver blue line.
This is a research laboratory. It tries and fails to make Castrol motor oil break down. It's the place where Castrol is torture tested to meet the requirements of those who punish motor oil the most. You. The everyday Canadian driver. Castrol XLR, the oil engineered for today's cars.
Now McGinnis takes a shot from the point. There's a maze of players in front. It hits skates but the Canucks do a good job. They don't let it get through, and it just trickles wide. Paul Reinhart making sure that nobody tipped that shot from Al McGinnis.
McGinnis with that big booming shot. He put it in low. It was deflected and nearly caught the far corner. Bozak stopped near center. Tim Hunter didn't see it in time to make a play. McClellan reaching forward, and here's Fleury. Fleury comes up over the line, looks over in front of the net. McCown shot. It was deflected high. McClellan bumped by Bridgman. Bridgman comes back to dig it out. Bridgman skates away to the corner and along the boards to the blue line. Bridgman from center trying to shoot it in. He got it by everybody. Sandlak is in there and missed it. Nordmark moving up, took a hit from McClellan. Sandlak gets in front, is upended, sweeps it back as he fell, and the Flames shoot it down the ice. Once again, it'll be icing with Robert Nordmark back to touch it. 2-2 to score with 5:34 left in the second period.
Things in life you just can't forget. This is another Beeman's.
The Vancouver Canucks have outshot the Calgary Flames 12-9 so far in this period. They've had some dandy scoring chances. The great one by Skriko. But Vernon stayed up and got a lot of help. The defenseman back there with him as Skriko skated around everybody. Now the Flames, led by Otto to shoot it in. Poplinski goes in. Reinhart slapped it away for Tandy. He just dumps it out of his own and down the ice. It does not make the goal line, so the play continues for McGinnis. Ahead to Poplinski, and he shoots it to center ice. Tandy is bumped up the line and knocked down by Necros. McGinnis behind the net. McGinnis plays it ahead. Got by everybody to center ice, and Tandy turns, dropped it back to Butcher. To the other side, Reinhart. Across center, Reinhart goes in, shoots. Stick save by Vernon, no problem. Nordmark will stop it near center ice. Gets it ahead to Linden. Linden coming in, he feeds it off at the left side, but the Flames are back to break it up. Sutter couldn't stop the play. Nordmark has to come back. Goes all the way down the ice again. Litzner to pick it up, but he lost it. Sutter got back in time to get his skate on it. Right wing pass is Nordmark. He's forced back by Lube. Lube, Roberts, and Nieuwendyk on again for Calgary. Sutter with Bradley coming in. Skriko's the other winger for Vancouver. In back of the net, this is McCrimmon for Roberts. To Lube. Hit the linesman. That gives Lube a break. Now Roberts. And he missed the far side. Nieuwendyk is flattened in the goal mouth. Fans wanted a penalty, but they keep going at it. Skriko didn't see it. Nieuwendyk slapped it in, and he goes off as they make changes. Roberts went back at Nordmark, and there might be a penalty against Calgary. Roberts bumping with Bradley now at the far side. Sutter back to pick it up. The net is empty. They have the extra man on it. They can keep control, but they won't. McCown rifled it and hit Roberts, who will be getting the penalty. He's lucky he didn't get two. He went after another player on the delay. Roberts for roughing at 16:41.
Referee Bill McCreary has let just about everything go. There's the hit by Roberts. Nordmark holds Roberts' stick, but it's the retaliation penalty right in front of the referee. You can't do things like that, especially in a seventh game.
This program is copyrighted and is strictly for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, distribution, or exhibition in whole or in part without the express written consent of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation is strictly prohibited. It's a 2-2 tie with 3:19 left in the second period, and Vancouver will have the man advantage. And tonight, well, the power play has been dynamite.
It has been the difference tonight, 2 for 2. They only had one power play goal in the previous 3 games played here, and that was a meaningless goal in that second game that they lost 5-2.
They came into this game, John, scoring 5 goals in 41 chances. Now that's just a little over 12%, and that won't do for any kind of success. But they're doing it tonight with 2 power play goals. They have another power play now and a chance to take the lead. Nordmark through the middle. Nieuwendyk doing a good job. Lost it now. Nordmark back. Reinhardt. He waits. Nieuwendyk is fooled by Reinhardt. He comes out against Patterson. Slides it up to Linden. Trevor Linden didn't find any room against Al McGinnis. The puck to Linden. He keeps it onside. Tried to shoot it along the boards and did. Now the Canucks pass it around. McGinnis doing a pretty good job. Coming back to pick it up, and here's Nordmark. Slapping it back there again. It's up the side of the net. Adams picked it up off the boards. Gets it back to Nordmark to Adams again. Adams moving up. Looks back. Not much room for a shot. Or is there? He decides to pass off. Linden's shot to the side of the net. It was tipped all right by Vernon. Loved it, and he hangs on to it with Reinhardt in close. And 54 seconds remaining in the penalty.
Just shows you the maturity of Trevor Linden. He saw Paul Reinhardt lead the rush, so he took his spot on the point. Reinhardt stayed in. Linden stayed right there. Created a good scoring chance from the blue line.
A little over 2 minutes left in the period. If you've just joined us, it was 2-1 coming into this period for Calgary. Trevor Linden scored on a power play goal for Vancouver to tie. And there he is, the sensational rookie for the Vancouver Canucks. After this game, folks, you'll see Game 7 from Los Angeles on the full CBC network. And after this game, we'll go to LA for the Oilers and the Kings on their 7th. 2-2, 2:13 left. Vancouver the man advantage. They could not win the draw. It's slapped out of the zone by McCrimmon down the ice. 45 seconds left in the penalty. Roberts of Calgary is in the penalty box. Reinhardt quarterbacking the power play. Lobbed a pass through the middle. It's broken up and fired to center ice. Skriko backs up with it. And it's Otto stealing it. And here's Mullen. Mullen steps in over the line. Fake the shot. Mullen going for the net. Now he's around the goal. Looking back to McCown, who takes his shot. That hit the skate of Nordmark. Sandlack brings it over center. Dumped the high one in wide of the net. Bradley going in against McCrimmon. McCown was back to help. And it's out of the zone. 5 seconds left in the penalty. And Roberts is ready to come on the ice. The fans finally make a little noise as they salute the Flames for killing that penalty. Sandlack shoots it off. McCrimmon to Gilmore. Gilmore to Roberts. He's on the fly with Lube. Lube goes in, but Roberts was in offside. And the play is called again with 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the period.
Terry Crisp trying to get his team rolling here. They're playing Vancouver's game. The fans finally making some noise as the Flames killed off the first penalty they've been able to kill off tonight. The fans, I don't know whether they think that they're saving it for the next series. They don't get involved. This could be the last hockey they see this year.
It has been rather quiet. They say the better way for the Calgary Flames to play is the physical game, but they're leery on penalties. Well, you can still play the physical game, no doubt. There's Roberts, and he's doing his best, but he's getting another penalty for it. Butcher and Roberts bumped together. Now, who is getting the penalty? Butcher or Roberts? Roberts went after Butcher. They collided, and lo and behold, it's Butcher who's going.
Again, another retaliation penalty. Roberts goes. Mercurial called him retaliation. There's Butcher with his stick up. Hauled him to the ice. Gets a high sticking penalty.
Butcher in the box at 19:05, and the Calgary Flames with an opportunity to take the lead as they get their shot at a power play. 9 for 35 in the series. The Flames. 1 for 1 tonight. There are the stats for you, as we just told you. So, the Flames get a chance to improve on the power play and in this game. A lead going into the third period would be great for Calgary, of course. Ramage kept it in, he scored! I think it hit Harold Sneps in front of the net.
Harold Sneps with his first shift since he hurt his back. And you have to wonder about that, whether he's a little rusty. The shot, Ramage is looking for a deflection. Shoots it in. There's the shot. It hits Harold Sneps. No chance for Kirk McLean. And look at Sneps. Look at disgust on his face. Mullen, as all good goal scorers, he just shoots it at the net. Hits Sneps and goes in.
Sneps' reaction, you'll watch his right skate, was to try and block it. And he kicked at it and deflected it past McLean. That shot, I'm sure, would have missed the net. Mullen gets the goal. A power play goal for Calgary at 19:25. And they lead 3-2. Butcher in the penalty box as that goal was scored. And now icing called against Calgary. Only 25 seconds left in the period.
Mullen gets the goal unassisted because it went in on Harold Sneps. Ramage made a good play to Mullen. Mullen just shot it at the net. Sneps downhearted for sure, but just a bad break. He was in the right position, making sure that no Calgary Flames were in front. They are giving Ramage an auto assist, even though it hit Harold Sneps and went in.
Here's Otto getting set for this faceoff, and it's a big one in the Calgary zone to the right of Mike Vernon. Only 25 seconds left. So these faceoffs become very important, of course. One goal separating these two teams. They're tied in the series. As we all know, Vernon waits for the knee to stick. And this game 7 will come down to a third period.
The only time all year the Calgary Flames have lost when they've had the lead going into the third period was in game 1 of this series.
And that one was won in overtime when Reinhardt scored. The Flames are tough, taking the lead in the third period. And the Canucks know that. With 24 seconds left on the clock now, they'll do it again. In that spot to the right of Mike Vernon. The winner of this game, of course, meets the winner of Edmonton, Los Angeles, and they'll hook up in their 7th game. Later tonight, we'll be joining them to show you that game. Smeel trying to center it, hit the side of the net. Smeel after it. He does center it, but McCrimmon is there. 15 seconds to play. He tries his shot in for Kirk McLean. Goaltender moved it the other way, and Butcher has it with 5 seconds left. Smeel fired it in. It goes out to the corner away from Adams, and the horn goes to end period number 2. Linden on a power play goal, tied it at 2:04. And then Mullen got a power play goal that went in off the skate of Harold Sneps in 1925. The shots were 13-11 in favor of Vancouver, 25-21 over the 2 periods with the Flames ahead in that department. And the score at the end of the second period is Calgary Flames 3 and the Vancouver Canucks 2.
From sea to sea, a tapestry of colors, shapes, and sounds.
We're a people bound together by the visions we have found. It's here where you realize the heart and home are one. Canada, Canada, we're your daughters, we're your sons. This is my home, oh Canada. This is my home, oh Canada. Oh Canada, this is my home. This is my
Can I buy it, Dad?
Your own car? Aren't you a little young?
Wait till you see how it handled.
You could be asking for trouble with a used car.
But it's in mint condition. And Dad, I'm buying Michelin's for it.
You are?
Well, they aren't half as much as I thought.
Michelin's. Well, okay. But you tell your mother.
Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Today, we heal the sick.
It's gonna be kind of sad leaving this old place. I sure hope we can sell it without any hassles.
With Royal LePage, selling your home can be a lot easier than you think. Our InfoHome computer helps all Royal LePage customers quickly set the right price. And our home marketing program is a great way to help them organize the sale.
The move is going really well.
You won't believe it. A wild oat and broadleaf herbicide that's gentle on wheat and barley but tough on wild oats. A wild oat herbicide that works under normal or dry conditions. A wild oat herbicide that alone controls broadleaf weeds and is tank mixable with 2,4-D ester and MCPA ester. A wild oat herbicide with an early 1 to 4 leaf application window. Assert.
The stories we're following for tonight's National. It's Britain's worst ever sports disaster. More than 90 people were killed today in a crush of soccer fans at a stadium in Sheffield. More than 200 others were injured, many of them seriously. The tragedy began when too many fans packed into one section of the stadium. They pushed forward, crushing others against barriers. Those in front fell down and were trampled to death. Amateur videotape smuggled out of the Soviet Union shows the violent confrontation last week between Georgian nationalists and troops. At least 18 people were killed. In Ottawa, 14 native students ended their 25-day hunger strike tonight. They want Ottawa to drop plans to limit funding for native post-secondary education. And some senior liberals are meeting in Montebello, Quebec. John Turner isn't there, but that hasn't prevented the issue of leadership from being discussed. We'll have more news later tonight on The National.
The crowd's starting to make their way into the fabulous Forum for Game 7 between the Oilers and the Kings, what they're calling the most important game in Los Angeles hockey history. Well, the Los Angeles Kings have the momentum, and Don Whitman, Wayne Gretzky's got that look in his eye.
Indeed he has, Chris. I don't think I've ever seen him higher at a morning skate than this morning. He's full of anticipation like a youngster on Christmas morning, and he's hoping that they'll get the big reward tonight.
But Harry Neal, I don't think we should discount the defending Stanley Cup champions yet.
Oh, don't write them off yet. They have two serious disadvantages. One, they're on a 2-game losing streak. Two, they're playing at the Forum here tonight where these fans are really going to be jacked up. And if there's any LA player that's not ready, these fans will get him ready. But the most important factor, the Oilers have more players who have played big Stanley Cup games and have been successful in them. And that experience may well be just the difference.
It should be quite a night. We'll see you a little later.
After 2 periods of play here at the Olympic Saddledome in Calgary, it's the Flames leading the Canucks by a score of 3-2. There are 4 members of the Sutter family still alive in the 1989 Stanley Cup playoffs, including the coach in St. Louis. With me now is Rich Sutter of the Vancouver Canucks. Rich, it looked to me as if in that second period both teams are getting a little tired.
Well, we thought they were getting a little bit more tired than we were, and we took the play to them in the second period. We wanted to get a tie at worst in the second period, and that's what we got. It's unfortunate they got really a lucky goal at the end. It went off Harold's skate, but they all count, and we're down 3-2, so it's 20 minutes to win a hockey and 20 minutes to win the series, so it's all it boils down to now.
Rich, how tough is it mentally and physically to keep having to come back?
It's not that hard. The thing is, the game is so much mental. I mean, if you're going to get thinking about the game too much, that's when you're going to hurt yourself and hurt the hockey club. You just got to go out and relax and play the game and play how you know best. I mean, if your job's to go out and play a certain way, you have to go out and play it. Do what comes repetitious to you and what comes easiest to you.
Richie, this has really been your kind of series, has it not, the grinder series?
Oh, no doubt about it. They wanted to come in and play a tough series and play the way they thought they could play. And I don't mind playing 7 games in 10 nights or whatever it is. I'll buy that any night or any time of the year. It's good for the hockey club, and hopefully we got 20 minutes to go now. So we just got to pull it out.
Richie, good luck to you and the Canucks in the third period. Richie Sutter of the Vancouver Canucks. Next, go back to Ron McLean. Ron?
All right, thank you, Steve. 3-2 Calgary at the end of 40 minutes here at the Dome Live. This is Molson Hockey Night in Canada and the Stanley Cup playoffs on CBC.
Lots of wild oats. Green foxtail again. And wild buckwheat. Even cow cockle. Gonna need Hograss 2 this year. Can't afford to take a chance on anything else.
Hograss 2 from Herbst controls 21 grassy and broadleaf weeds. 1 pail, 1 pass, 1 smart investment.
A car has to be serviced properly. It has to be maintained properly. And at Goodyear, we do that.
Mark Haynes is a tune-up specialist for Goodyear.
We do engine diagnosis, we do fuel injection, we do electronics diagnosis, we do tune-ups, we do brakes, we do suspension work. We don't just do tires anymore.
The Goodyear Diagnostic Tune-Up, signed, sealed, and certified by Goodyear.
We know what we're doing, we get the job done, and we stand behind it. That's what Goodyear Certified Auto Service means.
It is the place where devoted pets are laid to rest.
What did we do tonight, Judd?
What we did, Lois, was a secret. But nothing buried there ever rests in peace.
Come back to me, Gage.
Paramount Pictures presents Stephen King's chilling bestseller, Pet Cemetery.
Coming to a theater near you. Consult local listings.
Carpet selection. Bridgeport has more. More high-quality designer carpets. More name brands. More decorator colors. More kitchen vinyl. More remnants. More inventory. More area devoted to display for you to touch and feel. All at guaranteed lowest prices. We are Bridgeport. We do more because we care.
For selection, quality, lowest price, see Bridgeport Carpet, 701 30th Street Northeast. Now 8 stores to serve you.
My heart. I thought the opening to Coach's Corner made him happy.
Bobby Schmatz, I'll tell you about that game. He was going very, very bad, and he came to me in the morning. He says, "Great, bench me. I'm absolutely terrible." And Harry Sinden was there, and he didn't like Schmatzy. I said, "Schmatzy, if you're going down, I'm going down." He went out and got 3 goals. What a guy. I love that guy.
Actually, if Lanny McDonald could score a goal for Calgary this evening, the stories would be somewhat similar. Harold Sneps, your buddy, another guy you love, had a tough break in the waning moments period, too.
It's all right. Nothing you can do with that. Those things happen. He's there. Forget that. I wish you hadn't brought that up. Bob McCammon's in the room right now. He's gone into the players. He says, "Look, if I had to come to you at training camp, and I'd said, we got a chance to put out Calgary. We're only 1 goal down going into the third period. Would you take it?" That's what he's telling them. I'll bet any dough right now. And they'd say, yeah. It's going to be a heck of a hockey game. This is hockey right now, folks. You notice there's no scrums and stuff after the whistle and everything because the game is so fast. Because he's not calling chintzy penalties. He's not. If you want to punch a guy in the mouth, you're going to go off. Dummy penalties, you'll go off. Great job.
All right, let's get into the other divisional champions during the regular season who suffered in the first round. Detroit loses to Chicago, and they were pounded, really, in the game that knocked them out, 7-1. And the Washington Capitals, Patrick, champs during the regular season, bow out to Philadelphia.
Well, all I hear is how Demers played Yzerman. What is he supposed to do? He's
played
down
him a lot, though. He played him 40 minutes March and April.
Well, what is he supposed to do?
Rest him, so they play
Rest him what? For next, he's going to rest him for next training camp? His life, you're dead. You've got to play the guy. You've got to play him 40 minutes. And that's absolutely asinine to hear. I was a little upset maybe near the end of the season when he had it wrapped up. But to say he played him too much in the playoffs in the last game, it's life or death, folks. You had to play him. Absolutely ridiculous. And what happened there? Kluche got better, and Savard, come on, that's what happened. Now,
Chevrier.
Or Chevrier, doesn't make any difference.
Makes a lot of difference.
All right, wait a minute. Now they're not calling Keenan Hitler anymore. They're calling him the savior now. Isn't it funny? All of a sudden, a few wins, he's not Hitler anymore.
3-2 here. We'll get some thoughts on the Capitals a little later. Don and I are here for the duration tonight. It's the Flames leading by a goal after 40 minutes at the Olympic Saddledome in Calgary.
Maurice the Rocket Richard. His best performances came when it counted most. Tonight we look at a playoff career filled with drama and dynamite on Ford's great moments in hockey.
Not out of reach, just out of sight. 1989 Ford Probe GT.
Rocket Richard's name is engraved on the Stanley Cup 8 times. He was called by Frank Selke Sr. the greatest opportunist the game has ever seen. In 15 years, the Rockets' uncanny ability around the net enabled him to accumulate a playoff record 18 game-winning goals, 6 of those coming in overtime. He is one of 2 players in NHL history to record 3 overtime goals in one playoff year, a feat he accomplished in 1951. Add to that 126 career playoff points, and you have an all-time All-Star. People talked about the Rockets' eyes. They certainly were focused when the Stanley Cup was on the line. Great Moments in Hockey is presented by Ford of Canada.
Our eyes on period 3 in Calgary with the Flames up by 1. Our second intermission continues in a moment.
In Canada, a beer must be clean and cold. And it must have a genuine Canadian taste. Molson Canadian. What beer's all about.
There he is. Look at this car. How you doing, Scott? Okay. You gotta see this guy, bro. Oh, he's unbelievable. Who's next?
He's good, man. You up for it?
Sure.
Good break. What are you doing? Sorry. I don't believe you.
Thanks.
It's good.
Are you up for it? Are you up for it?
Whoa.
Are you up for it? Are you up for it?
7 Up. Remember how you used to help your dad wash his car? He sure was crazy about it. Did he tell you a clean car runs better? Kind of a shame they didn't have Armor All back in those days. Today it's a snap. You can do all the rubber and the vinyl in just a couple of minutes. Armor All Protectant for the tires and the dash and the seats. Because we're crazy about cars too. Bet your dad wishes he had his car back.
Picture this. A car that comes with 8.9% financing. A car that comes specially equipped with features that include 5-speed manual, air conditioning, AM/FM cassette, and savings of up to $1,978. Now isn't that a pretty picture? Escort, the best-selling car in the world.
Rocky Mountain Clear, Rocky Mountain Cold. Coors, Cold Gold.
Bob Cole and John Garrett in the broadcast booth here at the Olympic Saddle Dome. Mike Vernon with 19 stops on the night. Bert McLean with 22. The score is 3-2. Calgary Flames going into the third period of game number 7. The go-ahead goal scored by Mullen from Ramage and Otto at 19:25 on a power play for Calgary after Linden had tied the game early in the period at 2:04. Reinhardt backing up. Dumps the puck down the ice. No icing as McGinnis comes back. Oakenlube lost it. Reinhardt takes it again. Now Butcher from center ice lifts it in, but they're offside at the Calgary blue line.
Now Bridgman with a good chance in that second period. I would say Mike Vernon has had the tougher saves of the two goaltenders. Well, Bridgman was in so close he couldn't do anything with that puck, but Vernon was in perfect position to make the save, as he has been most of the series. Even when his team has been ordinary, Mike Vernon has come up with some great playoff goaltending.
Great save off Tandy in the first period. Skriko in the second period, among others. It's the close-checking type of game you expect from the Vancouver Canucks. They look for the opening, and they'd like to get one early here in the third period.
When Skriko doesn't score, he was the Canucks' leading scorer all year, but very streaky. Gets hot for a week, and then you don't see him for a month. He happens to be in a slump right now.
That is Butcher shooting it in. Ozak chasing it in front of the net, so McCown dumps it out through the middle down the ice. Reinhardt coming back. His pass starting the play to Sandlak, and he just got rid of it. Netris put it under the stick of Reinhardt. Reinhardt going in. He shoots off the shoulder of Vernon. He got his arm up and stopped that one, deflecting the puck high onto the glass. Reinhardt allowed to walk right in there. Gilmore flipped one into the corner. McLean coming out of the net to stop it for Snips. Skriko lost it. It's centered. Lidster's there against Patterson. Now Snips in the corner. Played it out. Took the hit as he did. Bradley's coming in. Bradley in on McCrimmon. McCrimmon chased him behind the net and pinned him there. Sutter gets it loose, however. Centered it. It hit a skate, and McGinnis brought it around the net again. Mullen chopped it away, but it's kept in by Snips. Bradley back in the net. Nobody in front. Bradley trying to step in front himself. Gets it up to Snips, his shot. And that's gloved by Vernon. And he just holds it. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
You gotta be ready for everything when you drive. Bad weather, bad drivers. So many things that can't possibly happen, but always do. Guess that's why we bought Michelin's. We got them from the Michelin tire dealer. They sure know their stuff. Made me feel easier, getting the right Michelin's for our car. Am I overprotective? Well, the way I see it, I've got good reason to be.
Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Calgary fans have seen this before. Paul Reinhardt goes right around Rick Natras in on a short goaltender. Where do you go on a short goaltender? Up top. Vernon stays on his feet and just gets a piece of it.
3-2 Calgary. 18:11 remaining. Face off to the right of Vernon. Rossinger drops it in, and the Flames win the draw. Lanny McDonald is away. Racing in. He tried to shoot it in. It just rolled into the goaltender. Here's Adams on this side. Starting back out the pass all the way down the ice when McCown touches it. It'll be called icing against Vancouver. So the Flames, John, continue to look for that big break, and they like to spot Linden open somewhere near center.
Trevor Linden started this season as a winger, really came into his own when the injury to Barry Peterson forced him to take over at that center spot. The Canucks finally have that big, strong centerman that every team would love to have.
Face off deep in the zone to the left of McLean. Big Joel Otto in for Calgary. He has McDonald to his right, Poplinski to his left. And they drop it in, McDonald went after it. Here's a shot by Poplinski, came close. Poplinski fell. Adams skates back down the left side. Scoop one in for Stan Smeal. Vernon saw him come in. He's upended as he came out of the net. And the Flames clear the puck. Netflix steps in. Can't find any room. Looks around. Netflix feeds it off to the corner to McDonald. McDonald is jammed in on the boards. Otto is in front of the net. And it's Smeal bringing it out. Gets as far as center. Backs up a bit. Now Linden, long shot. He just missed. He had Vernon cutting out and cut the angle. And he went for the stick side and missed it. Butcher with Fleury chasing him. Lifts it away to center ice. Smith picking it up in with a drive. That's deflected wide. Adams shot. That missed the net. And it's cleared out by McClellan. Canucks getting more life into their game now. Moving up. Tanny. And that's stopped by Vernon. Tanny again. Adams shot. Kicked out by Vernon. He's been busy over the last two shifts. Here's Fleury now coming in. Fleury's drive. Picked away by McLean. It's still in there. Fleury in front of the net. And McClellan just missed it. Fleury again. And down goes McLean. He hangs on to it. Fleury had 3 or 4 chances, but McClellan had the best chance.
Good pressure by this third or fourth line of the Calgary Flames, depending on what you want to call it. The puck bounced past Ryan McClellan right in front of Kurt McLean. Tried to take it on his backhand. There's a shot. Big rebound. Now it comes through. It hit Lidster, hit Fleury, and there's McClellan. Tried to take it on his backhand instead of his forehand and missed it. Another chance for McClellan, and there Kurt McLean follows the puck, is able to make the save, hangs on to get a whistle.
Calgary with Nieuwendyk at center, Roberts and Lube. Bozek take the face-off. Bridgman was out of position. Sandlak on the other wing. That was quick shot. That hit Lidster in the face. He cleared it though. Comes up on the play. Lidster poked one in for Vernon. Andrews takes it around the net. Went by Snaps with it. Nieuwendyk doesn't get up in time. Lidster was back. McCown stopped by Snaps. Canucks shoot it in. Bridgman playing it off the boards into the corner. And around the net. Roberts missed it. Lidster shot. And Vernon was out again, cutting the angle. And the wind protected the goaltender as he went down after making the save. And he held it, and Mel Bridgman was in close, of course. Officials are in to calm them, if that's possible. Get them apart anyway.
Wow, I feel good. I knew that I would.
There's a whole line of Gillette Foamy to give your special skin more shaving comfort. In an advanced moisturizing formula, sensitive skin formula, and cooling menthol. All to keep your face feeling good. And for you guys with normal skin, the regular Foamy line has an extra rich formula. For a closer, more comfortable shave, it's Gillette Foamy. You'll feel good.
So good!
Again, Vernon and McCowan get tangled up. McCowan has to watch the puck, and he's nailed by Big Jim Sandlak. Vernon gets out, cuts down the angle. There's Sandlak again, trying to create some interference. Good concentration by Mike Vernon. Follows it, even though he's being hit.
And the Flames hang on to that 1-goal lead.
Greg Adams sitting on the bench, another cut just above his right eye. A couple of stitches already in place. Seems to be oozing a little blood.
15:47 left in the third period. Bozak squaring off against Otto on this draw. Bozak got it away to the right side. It's flipped toward the net, and McGinnis. He's had a strong game tonight for Calgary. Al McGinnis lifts it high over everybody to the right of the net. A icing. Jim Benning back, starting the Canucks out. Gilmore was in for checking. Once again, Benning. And again, Gilmore stopped him. Now Litster for Bridgman. Back to Litster, up as far as center, feeding it into Bozak. Sandlak with him. Bozak falls down. Sandlak after it. He's bumped on the boards. It's back to the line. Jim Benning gets set. Put a shot in. Another chance for Benning, but he had to slap at it. And the Flames get out. Mullen comes to center. Left side to Cruden. And he missed. Had a great chance. McClellan fired it up behind the net. Sandlak takes his time going over, then was hit by Gilmore. Canucks get it out, though. As they near the 6-minute mark of the third, it's still a one-goal game. Calgary on top. McClellan now. He missed. Adams back out. Through the middle is Linden dropped it back. Oh, Vernon coming out to cut the angle, and Reinhart stepping in there again. Smeal on the play. Into the corner, Adams trying to dig it out. Reinhart in deep, and Smeal dropped back. It's stopped by Butcher, but no, it did come outside the line a fraction. And they're offside. Play call.
Hey, fella, quit kicking sand in our faces.
That man is the worst nuisance on the beach.
Listen here, you little runt. If you don't like it, find yourself another beach.
That big bully, I'll get even someday.
Oh, don't let that bully bother you.
Darn it! I'm sick and tired of being pushed around.
Suddenly, you own the beach.
Well, now it's your turn to find another beach.
Oh, Mac, you are my hero after all.
Suddenly, it could happen to you.
Again, the Flames defense backs up on Linden. This allows Reinhart lots of room. And the puck jumped up just as he went to shoot it. Vernon got a piece of it, steered it to the corner.
14:11 left in the third. The Oilers-Kings game will be getting underway in about 20 minutes from now, and we're going to Los Angeles to show you that game in its entirety. Second seventh tonight. Lou comes in. Flipped it in, and the McLean steered it away. Bradley missed the pass. It's knocked down at the blue line by Reinhart. Bradley shoots it in for Vancouver. That's Merzen back. Gets it out of the zone, down the ice. And it just missed the goal crease. So as Butcher goes back to pick it up, it's icing called against the Calgary Flames. And they're leading by one.
The pressure continues to mount here in the seventh game of the Stanley Cup Final. Here's the pass through the middle. The puck is rolling right in the crease area. A goal here and the Stanley Cup will be won. The playoff round so intense, and now we're down to just a minute and a half to go, and these two teams are tied. A shot off the goal post. The goalie falls and can't find it. And scrambles, another shot. They score!
We like to think Molson Canadian is to beer, but the Stanley Cup is to hockey.
Set for the face-off to the right of Mike Vernon. 28-27 of the shots on goal, Flames. The slight edge in that department also. Otto. Pass to Patterson. Mullen up there, going in after it as it came off the boards. Litster back. It's tipped out of the zone. Smith tried to move in by Gilmore, who had him covered. Now the pass, too far for Gilmore. Litster again to Nordmark. Adams in, shoots! Stopped by Vernon. It's Litster keeping it in. Patterson had him covered. He couldn't get a shot on the net. Dumped it off to the corner, and the Flames get it out. 7 minutes gone in the third. save by Vernon. Made it look easy. It was a tough shot, though, on the short side. Can't get it out. Litzler moving in. Score! It was harmless looking. Litzler moving in, but it hit a skate in front of the net. And that evens it up in that department for the puck going in off the skate. And we're tied.
Again, the Flames can't clear. Doug Lister does a good job keeping it in. I think Brad McCrimmon hits this one into his own net. There's the shot from Lister. You see McCrimmon. He's got his stick on the ice. It's almost like he's shooting it in his own net. Lister just slides it for Tony Caddy. There's McCrimmon, stick on the ice. Kips it by Mike Vernon. The Flames left his own too early. Lister jumped in. Here's McCrimmon off the stick. Past Mike Vernon.
So 3-3. Lister getting the goal, and this one will go unassisted at 7 minutes and 12 seconds. So 12:37 remaining in the third period of the seventh game here at the Olympic Saddle Dome, and they're tied 3-3. These Canucks never say die.
Doug Lister, his first of the series. This makes up for the Harold Snepps goal that also you would consider a fluke. Lister's off McCrimmon's stick past Vernon, and Joey Mullins went off Harold Snepps' skate past Kirk McLean.
Lube along the boards trying to squeeze it out. Reinhardt stopped it. He put it to the other side, but Roberts saw that develop. Neuendijk is moving on. He's covered. Now Bradley tried to set it up, but Roberts hit him. He has been one of the more physical forwards on the ice tonight, Roberts, of the Calgary Flames. Belting everybody. Reinhardt. Through the middle is Bradley. Bradley trying to go around. Necklace. Here's Roberts. Straight down the wing. Cuts in through center. Roberts trying to split the defense. It's broken out. The Canucks are very careful with their game plan again now and dump it out. And that goes all the way. So that's icing against Vancouver. 3-3 is the score in the third.
Not out of reach, just out of sight. The 1989 Ford Probe GT.
This series was tabbed earlier with Crisp and the Cannon going at each other as a series of words and a war of words. War of words now, I tell you. 11:40 remaining in the third period of the seventh game. And the score, 3-3. Danny McDonald moving up on his play. Sweeps it around the net and shakes off the check. Dumped it behind him, but Bozak got back. McDonald trying to stop Bozak. Popinski is there with him. Fired in, McLean stepping behind the net. Litzler takes over, and he was hit by McDonald. Popinski got it back. Merzen shot missing the net. McDonald is dumped in the goal mouth. Bridgman right wing pass. Sandlak is moving up. Merzen took it away from him. Sandlak trying to get off as Merzen comes out of the zone. Merzen all alone. Nobody stopping him. Oh, and he just missed. Three Canucks on this rush. That's Smeel coming down. Smeel's shot. And it was deflected, and the play is called again. Good rush by Merzen, though. He went all the way end to end.
Doug Gilmour only has 3 points in this series. One of the disappointments for the Calgary Flames, although in his defense, an abscess jaw was hospitalized. For Gilmour, 5 assists. One game against the North Stars. The Flames were looking for more offensive production, but you look back to the teams Gilmour played on, even though he got some points, he was their defensive specialist.
Yes, and he has been killing a lot of penalties in this series. And he's worked very hard in that department. 10:47 remaining. Canucks. Butcher's shot. It's deflected away. Reinhardt. deflected right in front of the net, and Vernon made a nice stop. Here's Patterson, now one man back. Patterson dropped it to Mullen, and his shot missed. Patterson centered it, and McLean looked very cool, covering up. He lost possession of it, though. Gilmore looking for it. Flames keep it in. Patterson working in the corner. Gets away from Butcher. He centered it. Mullen now against Butcher. Centered it again. And the Canucks, Adams picks it up and gets it ahead. Reinhart skating in against Nagras. Great move. Reinhart in front. Centered. Oh, what a chance for Linden. Reinhart, a beautiful play. Reinhart again. Reinhart working hard. Tried to set it up in front. And the Flames get it out. 9:50 remaining in the period. Reinhart going off, but he was all business on that last shift. Nordmark going to pass ahead and hit the skate of Smith. Flames play it back in or offside. Lube and doing that. He was inside the line. And that stopped.
Paul Reinhart, another big game for the Vancouver Canucks, as he's been doing all year. The Calgary Flames panic as soon as Natras is beaten. Reinhart, a nice touch pass to Linden. Now all 5 Calgary Flames come back. There has to be some Canucks open someplace. Look at the white sweaters. All 4 of them in there watching the puck.
Puck shot in and bouncing off the boards. Another long shot. McCown is stopped. The Ducks get the Flames back outside their own line. Moving it down, and Tandy goes in after it. On with the breaks, the shot. Stopped in front of the netminder. Lewandowski is racing in there. Coming back is Jim Benning. He did a good job hustling back to stop Lewandowski. Tandy rolled it off the boards and in. Out of the net, Vernon. He played it up to Lube. Lube and Fleury now coming up. It is Lube trying to go in back to Fleury. He couldn't get his shot. He was off balance. Now he centers it. Lube just missed it. McGinnis's shot hit the side of the net. Lidster around the goal. Fleury chasing him. Lidster poked it ahead. And Smith gets it down the ice. Icing has been waved off. Vernon got it away from center. But the Canucks were in forechecking. Now the Flames get it out. Hampers ahead. McClellan got it up over the line, and he was stopped by Bradley. Still inside the line. Here's a shot that's deflected by Bradley. And it's flipped right to the netminder by McClellan. And Kirk McLean holds it with 8 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. In the third period, the score 3-3.
Don Cherry talking about Bob McCammon saying his team would like to be just down 1 goal going into the third period. Now they look up at the clock. It's all even with only 8 minutes left. Perfect position for his club.
Ask anybody before the series, Terry Crisp's team wants to win in 5, maybe 4, certainly 5. If they really got tough breaks, 6. But these Canucks had other thoughts. What a disciplined game they played for their coach, Bob McCammon. And what a lot of spirit they have shown in the 7th game away from home at the Olympic Saddledome here in Calgary. Coming back to tie it here in the third with 8:19 remaining. And they have a shot at winning this series.
You consider Barry Peterson's been out of the lineup with a broken collarbone. He was probably their number 1 centerman. Had he been in this series, who knows?
Face off to the left of McLean. Fleury hooked into the boards. That's where Reinhart was parked. Bozak with him. That's Butcher in the corner. Tip near center. McClellan slapped it back, but Reinhart is moving up on it. Reinhart coming in. He tried to do it himself, and as he fell, slapped it toward the net. Here's a shot that's deflected by Sandlak. Sandlak again back to the net. Bozak trying to get it back in front. He's covered by McGinnis. Fell on the puck. And the referee standing there calls the play as Bridgman was tied up by Fleury.
I long to be sad
When your car's original parts start to fall apart, choose MotoMaster, Canada's #1 selling replacement parts.
There's only one brand of motor oil that moves fastest off the shelf. MotoMaster Motor Oil. In Canada, it outsells Quaker State or Castrol.
MotoMaster. Built tough, back tough. Available at Canadian Tire.